20 tires a drilling at the rock, and the boss come around and he says, keep still. Come down heavy in your cast iron drill and drill your tires drill. Drill your tires drill, for you work all day for the sugar in your tay. On that CP railway, drill your tires drill. Blast fire, gone. By God, he was a blinking man. Last week the sure blast went off, and a mile in the air went Big Jim Goff. Now drill your tires drill. Drill your tires drill, for you work all day for the sugar in your tay. On that CP railway and drill your tires drill. Blast fire, when next payday comes around, and Goff at all a short was found. When asked the reason, come this reply: you was docked for the time you were up in the sky. Now drill your tires drill. Drill your tires drill, for you work all day for the sugar in your tay. On that CP railway, drill your tires drill. Boss was a fine man down the ground. He married a lady 6 feet round. She baked bread and she baked it well. She baked it as hard as the hubs of hell. Now drill your tires drill. Drill your tires drill, for you work all day for the sugar in your tay. On that CP railway, drill your tires drill. Blast and fire. Thank you. Okay, that was Drill Your Terriers Drill, an old thing by Cisco Houston. Michael then Garth are next, so 2 from you guys. You can unmute now.
You hear us?
You're good. You're good.
Virgil Kane is my name, and I drove on the Danville train to Thurman Cavalry came, tore up his backs again. In the winter of '65, we was hungry and just barely alive. Took the train to Richmond and fell, and it was a time I remember the road so well. The night they drove old Dixie down, bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, people were singing, they went la 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 la. Back with my wife in Tennessee, one day she says to me, Virgil, quick come see, there goes the Robert E. Lee. I don't mind chopping wood, and I don't care if the money's no good. You take what you need, you leave the rest. You should never have taken the very best. The night they drove old Dixie down, bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, People were saying they went la 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 la. Like my father before me, I'm a working man. Like my brother before me, I took the rebel stand. He was just 18, proud and brave, and a Yankee lady in his grave. Swear my blood below my feet, you can't raise a cane back up when it's in defeat. They drove Dixie down, all the bells were ringing the night. They drove old Dixie down. People were saying they were la la
Great job, guys. Give us another one.
Is that?
Oh, you're not gonna do it.
Alright, go with my theory about that song. Yeah. Which one to do next?
Speak the sound of the hornets.
Speed the Towers.
I think there's a train in it somewhere. You come home late and you come home early. You come home big when you're feeling small. You come home straight and you come home curly. Sometimes you don't come home at all. So what in the world has come over you? What in heaven's name have I done? Broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on run. I got a heart burns with a fever. I got a wounded and a jealous man. How can a love supposed to last forever? You left so far behind. So what in the world has come over you? What in heaven's name have I done? Broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. Get out there running just to be on the run. It's a mighty mean and a dreadful sorrow. It's crossed that evil line today. How can you ask about tomorrow when we ain't got one word to say? What in the world has come over me? What in heaven's name have I done? Broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. What in the world has come over you? What in heaven's name have I done? Broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run.
Thank you, Michael. The echo is gone now, but the recording is great. I think that's going to come through very well. We're on to Alan Sherman. Just before Alan takes off, I'm recording this thing on Audacity. As I was mentioning earlier, I've got the Zoom recording on one track and my own noodling around on the other track. And I may take the liberty of mixing the two on the video, but I will review it. And if anyone thinks I've done something awful, just let me know. These Zoom recordings and being on Zoom or being on mute is a wonderful way to just sort of improve my guitar playing, and it's been great for that. Anyway, over to you, Alan.
I think it's
Give
me next.
give us a train song or a boat song.
I think it's me next, actually, Charles.
Was it you next?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. You are next in the list. I'm sorry. How did I miss you, Graham? It wasn't
I'm an
on
awful
purpose.
sod, that's why. Okay, so the theme tonight is trains, but I'm going to take a leaf from Alan's book and convert it to any form of transportation, and I'm going to do boats. This one anyway. And this is a boat song that you'll know. Everybody will know this song. And it seems to have originated with, it's an American song, because you're all North Americans here, right? Unlike me, I'm the only European. It's an American folk song of uncertain origin dating from the early 19th century. And it seems to have originated with American and Canadian voyageurs or fur traders travelling down the Missouri River in canoes. There's the boat connection. And it's developed into several sets of lyrics, and it's actually turned into a sea shanty in some places. There you go. And you'll know this, so please join in on the chorus. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you and hear your rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you way bound away across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter and hear your rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter. We bound away across the wide Missouri. 7 years since last I've seen you, and hear your rolling river. 'Tis 7 years since last I've seen you. Away, we bound away across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you and hear your rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you. Away, we bound away across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you far away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, just to be near you, far away, yes, far away, across the wide Missouri.
Well
Lovely.
done, sir. Love that song.
Here.
Well, I think it really is Alan next now as I look at
Really
my
is.
screen.
Okay. As you all know, last week was Gordon Lightfoot's birthday. Turned 83. Yes, he's still alive. One of the holy trinity of Gordons that exist in Canada, Gordie Howe, Gord Downey, and Gordon Lightfoot. He's the only survivor of that three.
I'm sorry, who's Gord Downey?
The lead
How'd you
singer
get hip? Come on, Charles.
I tell you, I was out of music for 40 years, being a nerd. So I'm here to be educated.
He's the ultimate Canadian pop star, Gord Downey. Modern Canadian pop star.
fortunately died of cancer way too young, but yes, thank you. So I mentioned I was going to do a boat song, and when you think of Lightfoot, you probably think of the wreck of the Edmunds personifies the boat. And what I love about it is there's a real human feel to it. Anyway, it's called Ballad of Yarmouth Castle. Well, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The anchors have been weighed. From Miami to Nassau, she's bound across the waves. She'll be heading south through Biscayne Bay to the open sea. Yarmouth Castle, she's a-dying and don't know it. Now the many years she's been to sea, she's seen the better times. She gives a groan of protest as they cast away her lines, and the grumble of her engines and the rust along her spine tell the castle she's too old to be sailing. But the sands run out within her heart, a tiny spark grows red. It smolders through the evening, there's laughter overhead. Now the men are served and the cards are dealt and the drinks are passed around, and deep within the fire starts a-burning. Now it's midnight on the open sea and the moon is shining bright. Some people join the party and others say goodnight. Now there's many who are sleeping now, and it's been a busy day,
and a tiny whiff of potent smoke is arising. Oh Lord, she groans, I'm burning, let someone understand. But her silent plea is wasted in the playing of the band. And everybody's dancing on her deck and they're having such a time. Then a voice says, shut up and deal, I'm losing. So deep within the Yarmouth Castle, the fire begins to glow. It leaps into the hallways and climbs and twists and grows. And the paint she wore to keep her young, oh Lord, how well it burns. And soon that old fire is a-raging. Up beneath the bridge it's climbing fast. The captain stands aloft. He calls up to the boatswain and says, boatswain, we are lost. For the ragged hoses in the racks, no pressure do they hold. And the people down below will soon be dying. Excuse me. All amidship, oh, she's blazing now, spreading fore and aft. The people are a-scrambling as the fire blocks their path. The evil smoke surrounds them and they're falling in their tracks. And the captain in his lifeboat is a-leaving. Oh, then the ship, a hammer star, comes steaming through the night. She sees the castle blazing, and it is a terrible sight. Jump down, the captain cries, we'll save you if we can. When the paint on his funnels is a-frying. God help the ones who sleep below and cannot find a way. Thank God for those we've rescued upon this awful day. Now the heroes, they are many, but the times are growing slim. And now from stern to bow, she's a-blazing. Oh, the Yarmouth Castle's moaning, she's crying like a child. You can hear her if you listen, above the roar so wild. Is she crying for the ones who lie within her molten side? Or crying for herself, I'm a-wondering. Now the living soon were rescued, the one who lived to tell. From the star they watched her as she died there in the swell. Like a toy ship on the mill pond, she burned up through the night. Then slipped beneath the waves in the morning. Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Great
Thank you.
song, Alan. I've never heard that before, and it's worth.
It's not one of the more popular ones, but man, in terms of a maritime disaster, I much prefer this to the Ella Fitzgerald, to the Edmund Fitzgerald.
I have an admission to make.
Is he
Well,
dead?
I'm in the same spot
think
on
he's
Gordon
dead.
Downing.
Yeah, John Pride's dead.
John Lyon, I think, is up next. And John, we're so glad to have you back.
Thank you.
So-
I'm having trouble with my the stand that my camera is on, but I think it's more or less okay now. We'll give it a try.
That's pretty good.
You know, I missed the and it was my suggestion, the Tricks of the Trade session, right?
Yes.
So what tricks were discussed? I'm curious.
Well, there's a bit of a website. I think I talked about it once we did it afterwards. To be honest, off the top of my head, the only one that I can remember was a trick that I put out that caused a bit of a chuckle, which was, I said, a good trick of the trade is if you wear the same shirt when you record a dubbed view that you put into the video, then you can pretty much fool the audience. But
It was like
that
James
certainly
Burke
wasn't on
in
your
Connections. He always wore that sort of leather vest.
list.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have to do that. Continuity is kind of important. It's true. Now, I cut my thumb yesterday cutting carrots, of all things. I'm going to take the Band-Aid off and see if I can play with my... It might start bleeding. That's... God, there's no lack of drama in my life, I'll tell you. So the trick of the trade, or the tricks of the trade. Now, let's see. I was thinking about the song The Kettle Valley Line. Do you guys, any of you know that one?
Yes. It's got a great bass run.
I don't know the bass run. I just know that always ride upon the roof on the Kettle Valley line. Kind of like that. Always ride upon the roof. I could pay the fare, but what's the use? So I always ride upon the roof on the Kettle Valley line. We took a ride on the Kettle Valley line, just the short little one that's in Summerland. And when we got off the train, this guy was singing a completely different version of the song, and he'd never heard the version that I knew, the Stanley Trigg version. My first girlfriend was from Kamloops, and her mother was the director of the Kamloops Museum, and so she knew, she probably had the record, right? The original record by Stanley Triggs. But that's, anyway, back to tricks of the trade. Sorry, I'm taking too much time here. So so we got walking the old, is that sound coming through okay?
Yes, your sound is great.
Okay. So you got the root fifth kind of thing. And then let's try that again. That's more or less what I wanted to do. So diminished chords are cool. Isn't this a lovely day to be caught in the rain? You were going on your way, now you've got to remain. Just as you were going, leaving me all at sea, the clouds broke. They broke, and oh, what a break for me. I can see the sun up high, though we're caught in the storm. I can see where you and I could be cozy and warm. Let the rain pitter-patter, but it really doesn't matter if the skies are gray. Long as I can be with you, it's a lovely day. Long as I can be with you, it's a lovely day. Mistakes and all.
John, that's so much fun to play along with. You should come over sometime so we can get it together. And
Nice.
That's something that that Garth and Michael have been talking about also, that as this COVID stuff winds down, we need to get together in somebody's living room or somebody's basement, and so far the options are here and there, my place or Michael's, which is interesting because my middle name is Michael.
I have a brother named Michael.
Oh, we're everywhere.
As I was having my dinner, I hope no one was offended.
We
I'm
never
sure no one
never
was.
noticed, sir. We never noticed.
So what happened to the train song theme, pray tell, while I was
Well, I
had
did,
my back turned?
I did.
You did
Drill
Freight
You
Train.
Terriers I did drill you terriers drill. I'm
Oh, you
saving
did?
Freight Train for later.
Charles
I
gives
see.
instructions and we ignore him. That's what happens.
Hey, I did a verse of the Kettle Valley line, Stu.
I'm sure you did. I heard that, as a matter of fact. Good to see you, John. And what's that sigil at the bottom of your picture?
I have no idea. I don't see it. I think
Bless
it
my
means the
soul.
FBI is listening in.
Huh?
It could be.
More interference from the United States?
Yes.
I never cried till my baby got on that train. I never cried till my baby got on that train. Then the tears come down, great God, like a shower of rain. Now let me tell you what the mean old train would do. Now let me tell you what the mean old train would do. It'll take away your baby and blow the smoke at you. If the blues was whiskey, I believe I'd lose my mind. If the blues was whiskey, Lord, I'm due to lose my mind. 'Cause I'm worried and I'm bothered, Lord, I'm drinking all the time. I believe I will quit my barrel house ways. I believe I will quit my barrel house ways. 'Cause I feel myself, it's sinking into my grave. Farewell, farewell, gonna bid this world goodbye. Farewell, farewell, gonna have to bid this world goodbye. Pretty baby done quit me, Lord, I think I'm gonna die. I never cried till my baby got on that train. I never cried till my baby got on that train. Then the tears come down, great God, like a shower of rain. Then the tears come down, great God, like a shower of rain. I Never Cried by Blind John Darby.
Wow. Well, that's a tough act to follow, Stu. To play Take the A Train, and then I wasn't expecting that John Lyon, who's a jazz guitar player, second only to Stu, would show up and listen to this. So
Not second to me by any means,
I'm gonna-
way ahead of me.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try Take the A Train anyway, because this is train songs, and I should see what I can do here.
know a couple of train songs. We're going to play at least one of them now, which is a song called Dark Hollow, which is a bluegrass jam song. It's basically in D. And D major will have you singing along with the song in no time flat. And it's we'll give Garth a couple of breaks and won't take too many of your heartbeats. Oh, let me just keep on. I got to get one now. I'd rather be in some dark hole where the sun don't ever shine, to be here alone, no let's go, leaves me to lose my mind. So blow your whistle, freight train, blow it on far down track, 'cause I'm leaving away and I'm leaving there. Yes, I'm going and I ain't coming back. I'd rather be in some dark hole where the sun don't ever shine than to be in some big city in a small room with you on my mind. So blow that whistle, freight train, blow it on far down the track, 'cause I'm going away and I'm leaving today. Yes, I'm going and I ain't coming back. Rather be in some dark house where the sun don't ever shine than to see you a rich man's darling and to know that you'll never be mine. So blow your whistle, freight train, carry me far down the track, 'cause I'm going away and I'm leaving today. Yes, I'm going, but I ain't coming back. Yes, I'm going away and I'm leaving today. Yes, I'm going and I ain't coming back.
Well run.
Hey, guys.
Nicely done.
It's a nice little jam tune. The chords are a little off, but they're super familiar, easy to pick up. It's a little crooked.
We need another one from you guys.
Good job.
The Midnight Special.
Yeah.
That's a train. You wake up early in the morning, hear the ding dong ring. You go walking to the table, see the same damn thing. Nothing cooking in the kitchen, nothing frying in the pan. And if you say a word about it, you're in trouble with the man. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. to free her man. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Well, if you ever go to Houston, you better walk right, and you better not stagger, you better not fight. Oh, 'cause the sheriff will arrest you, he's gonna carry you down, and you can bet your $1,000 you better take me mine. Well, let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me.
Great song. Thank you, Gareth. Well, I guess it's around to Graham Baldwin, and I won't forget you this time, Graham.
Right. Well, here's another song that you'll know. I'm sure you'll all know this one. What you probably didn't know, that it's a lounge blues, like a jazz standard. What you probably don't know is that it was written by a couple of blokes called Eddie Cooley and Otis Blackwell. And it was first recorded by Little Willie John in 1956. And you're going to say, really? Well, anyway, here it goes. Become by numerous artists. I'm not going to tell you which one because you'll know immediately which song it is, but you'll get it immediately anyway. You never know how much I love you. You never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a feeling that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, even when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning and fever all through the night. Listen to me, baby, hear every word I say. No one could love you the way I do, 'cause they don't know how to love you my way. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Bless my soul, I love you. Take this heart away. Take these arms I'll never use. Just believe in what my lips have to say. When you kiss me, fever all through the night. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, moon lights up the sky. My eyes light up when you call my name, 'cause I know you're gonna treat me right. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. give up. Then upon the horse you ride. Somebody was playing all the way through that. I don't know who it was. Somebody else was alive all the way through that.
Charles, you didn't mute.
Unmuted. That means I was unmuted. Graham, you should stop me when I do that. Unless you like what you're hearing, which is unlikely.
Oh, it's great, except that it's delayed for half a second, right?
Yeah, that's the problem. Oh, who are we? Graham.
B. Okay, so yeah, theme of train songs, actually boat songs. This is Stan Rogers, Mary Ellen Carter. rise again, rise again. Oh, your heart, it be broke, and life about to end. No matter what you lost, yet I love a home, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter. Rise again, rise again, rise again. Let your heart, it be broke, and life about to end. No matter what you lost, yet I love a home, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter. Rise again. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Very nice.
That's my favorite Stan Rogers song.
It's a beautiful one, yeah.
I did a. Am I unmuted?
You are.
I did a performance last Sunday. Graham was there too, for the Georgia Street Music Camp. It's one of their online workshop kind of things, and Kathy Francis, who started the Deep Cove Coffee House, one of the founders of the Deep Cove Coffee House, and one of the founders of GSGW, and also works at Swing Camp. She said, John, Stan Rogers might as well have written the Mary Ellen Carter about you because you've had so many brushes with death and yet you still managed to rise again. And she was referring to my hospital visit in the summertime, which of course, this is my first time back since then at the Pickers Circle. And
we hope you're okay, buddy, because you've been missed.
well, thank you. Anyway, that was great, Don. Thanks. I can't hear.
We can hear you. You're in good shape.
Okay, who's on next?
You are.
Oh, well, in that case, that's why everybody's muted. Okay.
That's why everybody's muted.
Okay. I don't really know if I know all this. I haven't done it in years, but... From the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore, through the Queen of Flowing Mountains and the South down by the shore. She's mighty tall and handsome, and she's known quite well by all. She's a regular combination on the Wabash Cannonball. Well, I went down to Birmingham one cold December day. When I pulled into that station, people there did say, there's a fella from up in Canada, he's long and he's tall. He came down to pick us a tune, he rode the Wabash Cannonball. Listen to the jingle, the rumble and the roar, the green or flowing mountains to the south down by the moor. She's mighty tall and handsome, she's known quite well by all. She's a regular combination on the Wabash Cannonball.
That's one of the ones I'm obviously not going to play tonight. That's a great trend song. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
After John is Stu, and I see that Di Skippin has joined us. And
I just want to be your audience tonight. I'm really enjoying. You guys are so good. Really enjoying it. Thank you.
I'd just like to point out, just for the people who are watching, that Di Skippin just did a feature of Music on Main, which has got more views than almost all of the big names that we normally see there, like Mary Armitage, Barry Truder. So you're doing well there,
It's just
Diane.
everybody likes the old stuff, I think, you know?
Well, okay, but anyway,
But you did it well.
we'll let you
Thank
pass.
you.
It
Thank you.
was a dynamite performance.
We actually, once we got into it, really enjoyed it. We had a good time.
Well, thank you.
But
Anyway,
tonight is, sorry?
we'll let you pass.
Thank you. Yeah. Maybe see you tomorrow.
Okay. In that case, it's over to you, Stu.
Okay. Well, you can't get through the evening without a bit of Bob, eh? I ride the mail train, baby. Can't buy a thrill. Been up all night now, leaning on my windowsill. If I should die on top of the hill, well, if I don't make it, you know my baby will. Don't the moon look good, mama, shining through the trees? Don't the brakeman look good, mama, dragging down the double E? Don't the sun look good, mama, going down into the sea? Don't my gal look fine now when she's coming after me? Winter times are coming and the windows are filled with frost. I went to tell everybody, but I could not get across. I wanna be your lover, baby, don't wanna be your boss. Don't say I never want you when your train gets lost. Don't say I never want you when your train gets lost.
Great song, Stu. Thank you. Well, I'm following Stu, which is always dangerous. And this time I'm going to try and do something that's going to work. So here's Freight Train. This usually works for me. We're going to do train songs. This has got to be the one. You know what? This is a trick I picked up from John Lyon. John gave me the folk song society. When he sat there, yeah, Graham, you need to mute.
Sorry.
So John was sitting at the folk song society, and I was amazed that he could talk. Just a matter of getting this, whatever the hell it is you're doing, into your fingers to the point where you can actually do it without thinking about it too much. Freight train going so fast. Freight train going so fast. Please don't say grave, no more good times. so fast. Freight train, going so fast. Please don't say the train I'm on, so they won't know where I'm going. You know, when John shows up here, I can't do that break anymore. There's Freight Train.
I was playing along the whole time, Charles.
Good for you. I'm getting better at that. It's just a matter of
Yes, you are.
controlling the shakes, you know. And one of the reasons why at my age I play this is that playing music is a great way to keep things under control, you know. All these parts that are trying to disappear on you. Anyway,
Couldn't tell you said playing the shapes or playing the shakes.
the shakes is what I said.
It's hard to play the shapes too. You know, there's some weird shapes. All that stuff.
Well, I think we're over to Michael and Garth again.
Sleep, you weary home. Let the town go drifting by. Can't you hear the steel wheels coming? That's a hobo's lullaby. Do not think about tomorrow. Let tomorrow come and go. Tonight you're in a nice warm boxcar, protected from the wind and snow. So go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the towns go drifting by. Can't you hear the steel wheel humming? That's a hobo's lullaby. I know the police cause you trouble. They cause trouble everywhere. But when you die and go to hell, you won't find no police there. Oh, hear the steel wheel humming, that's a hobo's lullaby. I know your clothes are torn and ragged, and your hair is turning gray. Lift up your head and smile at trouble. You'll find happiness that way. Go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the towns go drifting by. Can't you hear the steel wheel humming? That's the hobo's lullaby. Can't you hear the steel wheel humming? That's the hobo's lullaby.
Hey.
One more, you guys.
We're straining for train songs here.
But, like I say, I have like 20 songs. Garth likes new songs, so I only bring them up once a year or so. But this is Chuck Berry, Promised Land, which does bus, train, and plane. But I think fits the general feel of the thing. It's played A. It's a very straightforward song to play. A, D, and D. Well, I left my home in Norfolk, Virginia, California on my mind. I straddled that Greyhound, loaded in a rally on across Carolina. Stopped the charge to bypass Rock Hill, we never was a minute late. We were 90 miles out of Atlanta by sundown, across the Georgia Strait. Had motor trouble, it turned into a struggle, half across Alabama. That Greyhound left us stranded in a downtown road. Myself a through train ticket, got across Mississippi clean. I was on that midnight flyer out of Birmingham, heading out to New Orleans. Somebody help me get out of Louisiana, help me get to Houston town. People there who care a little about me and they won't let the poor boy down. Told you roll, they bought me a put a suitcase in my hand. Woke up high over Albuquerque on my way to the promised land. All right. Working the T-bone out of Cardiff, flying to the Golden State. When the pilot told us in 13 minutes he'd have us at the terminal gate. Swing low chariot, come down easy, taxi to the terminal zone. Cut your engines and cool your wings and let me make it to the telephone. Los Angeles, Norfolk, Virginia, Tidewater, 41009. Tell the folk back home it's the promised land calling and the poor boys on the run.
Hot
Thank you. One of
Very
my
good.
10 songs. Glad you appreciate it.
So a song which I think Bob Dylan would have been pleased to have written, but he didn't. Have you ever noticed that often when people are suppressed, this is about injustice, often when people are suppressed and they become liberated, they almost become as bad as the people that were oppressing them in the first place. That happens a lot these days. Anyway, that's what this song's about. It's a pretty serious song. It's called When Oppressed Becomes Oppressor. It goes like this. When oppressed becomes oppressor, and the best become the worst, when the meek become the mighty, and the blessed become the cursed, when the flame of faith is failing, and the light of love has died, and the fruit of truth decays upon the tree of human pride. Send me your huddled masses, cried America the free. Then from Saigon to San Salvador, the streets were filled with refugees. When oppressed becomes oppressor, and the best become the worst, when the meek become the mighty, and the blessed become the cursed, when the flame of faith is failing, and the light of love has died, and the fruit of truth decays upon the tree of human pride. The Jew who braved the ghetto, wearing David's sacred sign, in the promised land with stick in hand, he beats the child of Palestine. The Chinese peasant army faced the capitalist gun, and their long, long march to freedom ended in the square of Tiananmen. When oppressed become oppressor, and the best become the worst, when the meek become the mighty, the blessed become the cursed, when the flame of faith is failing, and the light of love has died, and the fruit of truth decays upon the tree of human pride. The world expelled the man Saddam from defenseless Kuwait. Then the torturers of Al-Sabah sent hundreds to an unknown fate. When oppressed becomes oppressor, and the best becomes the worst, when the meek become the mighty, the blessed become the cursed, when the flame of faith is failing, and the light of love has died, and the fruit of truth decays upon the tree of human pride. The Chetnik fought so bravely to fend off the fascist horde. Then his sons went raping Muslim girls on orders from the sober Lord. Will we ever learn from history? The memory fades so fast, but we're destined to repeat the sins if we forget the past. When oppressed becomes oppressor, and the best become the worst, when the meek become the mighty, the blessed become the cursed, when the flame of faith is failing, and the light of love has died, and the fruit of truth decays upon the tree of human pride.
Yes, indeedy.
Well done, Gordon.
Truth.
Garth, I think you mentioned that you liked a song that I did a few weeks back that was written by a guy called Vin Garbett. This is another Vin Garbett. This is another Vin Garbett song.
You can talk now.
Yeah, that was great.
I think it's Alan is next.
Okay. All right. So I know I've done this song before, but it definitely wasn't the occasion of the train song, the last train song session. So I'm going to play it, and I'm going to see I've just recently got some dexterity back in my right arm after a pinched nerve. So those words about rising again, John, ring true. I said it's been a while in the coming, but I think I can pick again, which I'm happy about. So Folsom Prison Blues, and it does have a train in it. I hear that train a-comin', it's rolling round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, and I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps dragging on, but that train keeps a-rolling on down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't you ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Surrey just to watch him die. And when I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably sipping whiskey and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming, I know I can't be free, but those people keep on moving, that's what tortures me. Well, if they freed me from this prison, that railroad train was mine, I bet I'd move it on a little further down the line, far from Folsom Prison, that's where I want to stay. And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Thank you, thank you.
Interesting arrangement.
Thank you.
Well done, sir. John Lyon.
Nicely done, Don. So I did a song that song I did for the Georgia Strait thing was a song that I just rediscovered just a few weeks ago. I did it 30 years ago, and I learned it from a guy named Peter Allen, a very good folk singer. And the thing about 30 years ago is that I actually know a little bit more about the guitar now, so I kind of tried a couple of different things on it, just very quickly. It's kind of hastily thrown together, and I was kind of pleased with them. I'll play it in the middle of the song. Can you hear the guitar? I sat in the shade of your old apple orchards, watched them big trucks rolling by, shared a grape soda with a man from Dakota, saw a June bug in July, and I'm a drifter, I'm a loner, seen every city and town, pass by here, might die here, some stranger. me down. I've watched your big ships sail out of your harbor, shared silent thoughts with children and barbers, sang to the stars while the jukebox kept on playing, fought back a tear at these words that I'm saying. I'm a drifter, I'm a loner, seen every city and town. I pass by here, might die here, and some stranger can lower me down. I made love in your city to the rich and the pretty. Thought I was wicked and smart, but now I'm so lonely. I got nothing but only this song and half of a heart, and I'm a drifter, I'm a loner, seen every city and town. I pass by here, I might die here, and some stranger can lower me down. Played basketball through the hoop of a barrel, the struggle to learn how to swim. Thought once I was a baby, now I'm thinking maybe I only pretended that I was him. Everybody sing now. I'm a drifter, I'm a loner, seen every city and town. I pass by here, I might die here, and some stranger can lower me down. And I'm going to pick that guitar piece just a little bit because I like it so much.
Very nice.
Love it.
This song is by Carson Robeson, recorded in 1942. I'm going back to where I come from, where them honeysuckle smells so sweet it darn near makes you sick. I used to think my life was humdrum. Finally learned a lesson and it's bound to thick. It's the use, there ain't no use in my pretending, 'cause this city sure ain't no place for a guy like me to end in. Going back to where I come from, where the mockingbird is singing in the lilac bush. I used to go, here's the train, down to the station every evening just to watch that Pullman train come rolling in. And then one night, that great temptation got the best of me and led me to a life of sin. I took my hat and $14 of the life that always follows when you're rich and hunting romance. Well, my hunting days are over, I can tell you that. I met a gal in Kansas City. She winked at me and asked me if I liked to step around, and I said, yep, that's what I'm here for. And she said she'd take me to the hottest spots in town, but there were things she had to fix up. So she took my $14, but there must have been a mix-up. She's been gone since Thursday evening. I got a hunch I'll never see that gal no more when I get old and have a grandson. I'll tell him about my romance just to watch his eyes bug out, but chances are he won't believe me. And I'll soon do the same damn thing when he grows up, no doubt, but he can't say I didn't warn him. And what happens when he meets up with them city gals and learn him going back to where I come from, where the mockingbird is singing in the lilac bush, where the mockingbird is singing in the lilac bush. Thank you, thank you.
Good song, good song. I always like that one. Well,
That's
it's the wreck of the 97. Since it's back to my turn. There, I've cut the echo out of that.
I think I'm going to have to bail here pretty soon, guys. I'm running out of energy. It's been a real pleasure. Really, really nice to see everybody again, and nice to listen to everybody, and nice to play for you. Thank you so much.
It's great to have you
Thank
here,
you, John.
John, and
Yeah,
Thanks,
great.
Charles.
you can make it back.
Good night, John.
Good
Nice
night.
to see you.
Night. Good to see you.
Well, I think we're closing her down, so this is the, you probably heard this one before. But it'd sure help if I cape with it, because then I'd get it in the right key, wouldn't
John, and if John would mute.
It's okay, I got him. Well, I gave him his old Monroe, Virginia, saying, Steve, you're way behind time. This is not 38, it's all 97. You must put her in the Spencer on time. So he looked around and said to his black greasy fireman, just shovel on a little more coal. And when we cross those wide open mountains, you can watch all 97 roll. It's a mighty rough road from Lynchburg to Danville on a line with a 3-mile grade. It was on that grade that he lost his air brake. You can see what a jump he made. He was going down grade, making 90 miles an hour when his whistle broke into a scream. He was found in the records and on the throttle he was scalded to death by the steam. Now, ladies, you must take warning from this time on and learn. Never speak harsh words to your true love or husband. They may leave you and never return. guys, I think that's got us till 9 o'clock. Does anyone want to do another round? Show of hands? That's pretty much it then. I'll get busy editing this together. And just one thing before you leave. As you know, I've put out that the 22nd of December, I think it is songs of Christmas. And I'll send around the list that I sent around last year of classical guitar arrangements for Christmas songs, in case anybody doesn't have it yet. So, is there anything else we should talk about before we shut down? Anyone?
Have you got a theme for the next one? You've muted yourself.
I wonder how that happened. Hmm.
Can I throw a suggestion at Charles? Why don't you make it winter seasonal songs? That makes it a bit more ecumenical.
You mean the 24th one?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the Folk Song Society are doing songs of solstice, and I haven't been in a church for since I was married, which is probably 40 years ago now. So I'm not a big Christian, but I'm kind of a supporter of the Christian spirit. And if my Muslim brother-in-law was to show up and want to sing songs of their faith, I have absolutely no objection. But I'm not particularly in favor of the current mode of political correctness, which says we don't sing songs with the C word in them. Just because I'm a contrary bastard, I guess. But, that's...
No, but we could probably expand the concept. I think Graham was suggesting not to cancel Christmas, but to expand the concept to do a pagan carol, solstice carols.
Well, that's perfectly acceptable. You can sing anything you want here, Alan, and people often do.
We certainly do.
I mean,
So
Stu gave it the thumbs down for some reason. I think, were you joking, Stu?
Well, Christmas doesn't feature high on my list of celebrations. Solstice is good. Sol Invictus, that's great.
So
Well,
just
like I said,
that's why I say seasonal songs, winter seasonal songs. That includes Christmas and whatever you like, whatever your kicks, whatever you
Whatever.
celebrate.
So maybe pick a songwriter and just choose one of that person's.
Or Canadian songwriters, to be a little more general. That would work for us too.
Yeah, it would be great. Yeah.
Well, like I say, I've got a fair few of those.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Don once proclaim he didn't know any Canadian songs or something to that effect?
Well, one of the things with this is it throws out a bit of a challenge to us. I mean, just going back to this rather sort of off the wall one of Yugoslavia. I don't know any songs about Yugoslavia.
Nor do I.
But it would be a challenge to try and find one. Not that I'm suggesting that we do that, but
You have to sing it in that language, or
the point is, it's not that we've got songs already. It's just that what do people enjoy the challenge of finding songs about Canadian songwriters, for example? If people don't enjoy doing that, then it's not going to work.
yeah.
Well, what I enjoy the most about these circles is hearing things that I haven't heard before. And, especially since I'm running a recorder all the time, I can always go back to it and, and that's been really good for me. What I do mostly in my spare time when I'm not editing videos and working on the next theme is I'm working down a jazz set, which is really difficult and obviously not fit for human consumption. So I don't have a lot of spare time to work on off the wall themes. That's sort of where I'm at. So even though we picked Canadian songwriters I might still try and stretch things into things that I already know or I'm willing to try. I mean, it's a difficult group to play with because, as some have said, you know, you guys are all awfully good at this, and the rest of us, you know, some of us are just trying to learn to pick along here. Any other thoughts on this?
Well, it doesn't have to be Canadian songwriters. It'll be Canadian songs.
Graham, you've made a firm suggestion, and it's accepted. So
Sure.
let's do that. Canadian songwriters for next circle, and I'll update the website, and it shall be done.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm gonna.
Yeah. Thanks for dropping in, Di.
It's nice to
Night all.
see you. Night night.
All right. Good
Good
night,
night,
all.
Good night, everybody.